Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I would like to share with you all a very exciting unpackaging. This is coming from Urban EDC Supply, and this is going to be a first for the channel coming from the brand. I've experienced things from the OEM before, but I don't believe I have anything currently in my collection that it's made by the same OEM. I'm referring to Riot. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. This is going to be my unpackaging knife. This is my carry for today at work. This is the benchmark for a perfect crossbar lock in the budget realm. This is, of course, the CMB Made Knives Predator. Just real quick, I promise we'll get into this. I haven't forgotten about the giveaway. This was gifted to the channel by Work Knife Balance. Steven over there, he gifted this to me to customize and make some content from, and then give it away to one of you wonderful individuals. So that'll be coming up eventually. Of course, you guys will know about it. I'll keep you guys updated. Let's get into this. Oh yeah. Chavez knives. And you guys saw it because I opened it upside down. This model is the Scapegoat. How the hell do I open this? Is it magnet? Is it magnetic? It is magnetic. Oh, fancy. All right, cool. Some paperwork. It's just two of the same thing, I guess. Okay. All right. Not important. That is very important right there. So this is, I would say, a rather large departure from a lot of the stuff that I have currently in my collection, and that clip will not change. I got this knife, and this is I sound like an idiot saying that. Of course I got this knife, it's right in front of me, but oh Jesus, that thing has some heft to it. But I am corny, and I think that the skull clip actually looks really cool. It's part of the theme, it's a part of the design. Jesus, look at that stock thickness. Holy crap. Sorry, but I think it's kind of silly that anybody would complain. It's like, don't buy it if you don't like it. But they are making, you know, an extra clip for people who complain. This is not reversible, it's just for right carry. This will not be used. I got a Chavez knife, and there's going to be a Chavez corny ass skull clip on it because that's the only way that these should be rocked. Of course, that's just my opinion. Stickers, very important. I absolutely love stickers, and 3 different ones. That's cool, that's really cool. And this is a nice little microfiber cloth, a full size, yeah, definitely a full-size microfiber cloth. I'm gonna leave that in there because I don't need that at the moment. I'm currently building up stock of a microfiber cloth collection. All right. Whew, this thing is freaking beefy. So, coming from Urban EDC Supply, this guy was $300. And it's a good chunk of money, definitely. But coming from Riot, I wasn't too concerned about it being a risky purchase. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this thing. We're gonna deploy it in a sec. A nice stone wash. Kind of weird, there's some inconsistencies in the stone wash. It looks like it's pretty heavy there in the middle. Whatever, if it's something that I genuinely love, I will end up anodizing it anyway, customizing it a little bit. Nice hardware. Everything feels very well knocked down or rounded off. Everything looks good. There's nothing up front that I noticed that's out of place, I guess. Nice T8 hardware all over the place. Let's go ahead and deploy this. I heard these things rip your thumb off, but I will see. Oh, not at all. Wow, that was actually really light. Maybe they're lock sensitive, possibly. Whoa, that was a wonderful sound. Dude. Okay, hold on. That's weird. Okay, so to me, I would consider that a very late D10. Check that out. So I gotta let it. Oh, oh, that closing sound. Let me get it to that point. It sounds like, you know, the neodymium magnets when you let them like smack together. That's what that sounds like. That is a really cool sound. I'm sorry, I'm nerding about sound, but some people like that, some people don't. Oh my god. The reverse flick, it is actually really light. This is weird. This is really weird. You know what? Maybe this has actually been revised. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was released once before. To my knowledge, maybe in a different variation. It's a really wild looking blade shape. Flat, I don't believe it's hollow. No, it is not hollow. It feels quite thick behind the edge, but this is a beefy knife. Check that freaking tip out. But like I was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, this was available before at one point, and one thing that I've always heard from people who have checked out knives from, I guess, the Production Chavez line, they say that the studs, the tuning on these things, they just don't match up. The studs will shred up your thumbs if you don't have enough callus. I do, to the point where I actually have to remove a good bit of it because it just gets really scraggly, and I don't like scratching myself with my own skin. It's a gross feeling. It's weird, I know. But no, this is very pleasant. This feels absolutely premium. I think that this is all of $300, and you know, honestly, maybe they could have justified a little bit more. Now again, the blade shape is very aggressive. It's quite odd, and I thought for a second, you know what, this might be my answer to a favorite of mine. Here on the channel, I have a set of, I try to keep a healthy, updated amount of typical size comparison knives. Some large ones, some medium ones, and then some medium small ones, right? Something like that. Now, I haven't been doing a whole lot of reviews lately because I've been either buying stuff or selling things or just doing other format of content. But so currently, one of my favorite size comparison knives, and we can just go ahead and bring out a handful of other things that I pulled out just to show. Now these other ones, they are not the typical size comparison size knives, but because I thought this thing was going to be massive, it's actually not. It's not a giant knife, but it has a good bit of design presence, definitely. We'll take the weight, of course. I got my scale, I got a piece of paper to check the factory edge, but let's do some visual size comparisons. Now, this is the one I was hoping it was closest to. I believed that the Scapegoat, is it just the Scapegoat, or is it Scapegoat Street? It just says on the box Scapegoat Drop Point. I could have sworn on the website it said Scapegoat Street. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a Scapegoat blade shape, full tie frame log. It's not the G10 one, of course. But I thought that the blade shape and the way everything is shaped looks very similar to how this Senka Glide Strike looks. Now, it's a little bit more angular. The choker position is a whole lot further back and much more secure. This is a little bit more relaxed. This is much deeper in there, and it's just a lot more aggressive looking visually. And as you could see, the Glide Strike, it's a very long knife. I don't remember the measurements off the top of my head, but the Scapegoat is actually significantly shorter, and of course a whole lot less blade shape as well. Almost a whole inch of a difference there. Let's go ahead and do a couple other large comparison size knives. So these are things that I consider to be large. I don't need the person with the Espada XL in the comment section possibly to be like, oh, that's not a big knife. That's an average size knife. The average size knife that I like to carry is 9 inches. Well, I don't because I have a normal practical job and I don't care to scare old ladies. So this is the titanium titty. This beautiful beast right here is the Scout 3.5. So yeah, these guys are significantly larger than the Scapegoat, and I comfortably carry these. So the Scapegoat is actually a whole lot more compact than I believed that it was gonna be. This is a very pleasant surprise, and I'm very excited to be carrying this. Well, tomorrow I'll be carrying it, of course, but for today I'll be flicking it. Kanu Knives Padre. And last but most definitely not least is a MSI. Of course, the MSI looks ginormous in comparison. So actually, you know what? We could do one more just because I was messing with it earlier. I was just flicking it around. Praxis. So the Wii and Civivi Praxis are the same dimension. So there's that. So yeah, the Scapegoat is significantly shorter overall, but just absolutely tanky. We can go ahead and do a thickness up against the MSI. Why not? You know what? That's about the same thickness. You just have the contoured this, and this is flat. Let's see. You could even do the Glide Strike. So it's a whole lot thicker than the Glide Strike. Not a big deal. Definitely going to be quite hand-filling. Let's get the weight, and then we'll test the factory edge. I have zero doubt that the factory edge won't be immaculate. 5.6, an absolute pocket anchor. Now, the only other knife in the collection that is close to that is, I think, this guy. Okay, 6 ounces, so it's a little bit more. Is that it? Yeah, I think that was really the only other, like, heavy knife. Let's do the Padre real quick. Okay, so the Padre's lighter. But yeah, so that Scout 3.5 is the heaviest in the collection, and this is right behind it. So that, you know, is of value to any of you. Let's go ahead and check out that factory edge. That is a very, very well-tuned deployment. I have to believe that they have gone under revision and tuning, because this is wonderful. And I actually did put like a little bit of lotion on my hands because my hands were looking like really fugly, and so I wanted to have them looking nice and everything, right? So my hands are not, you know, super dry. They're not slick either, but you know, this is really comfortable. Oh. That is definitely a coarser working edge, but it still cuts. So it's thick. I knew it was going to be thick, just not this thick. And definitely when you go to sharpen it, I will be laying it back quite a bit. The blade material, I didn't even go over that. This is M390. Now, I don't remember what they are heat treating it at. I'm sure it's the industry standard. It doesn't really bother me much. I have plenty of industry standard M390 in the collection, and it's good to go. It holds enough of an edge for me to be happy with it and accept it even at this price point. But really, I was chasing the design. I wanted that clip. I don't care how fugly it looks. I don't care that half the knife is going to be sticking out of my pocket. That's what I wanted. And what I think is really cool is that the other models, they have the visible screws. This, I believe, is internal. Yep, they're internal. Like, see a little screw head right there. So it's nice and clean. Now, I've had multiple opportunities to buy other models, and some of them just didn't really do it for me. There was the Sangre Street, which Sangre is just blood. It's a very aggressive, large Wharncliffe. I believe they had it in full tie and G10 versions that were also around like 250, 275, 300, around there. I just thought it was a lot based off materials, and I hate that I'm such a hypocrite when it came to that, because I pulled the trigger, I almost pulled the trigger so many times on the Sangre Street in G10 because I saw them on Blade Binge, or they were just available elsewhere, and I wanted the feel of a Chavez knife, but I wanted to hold out for something. I didn't know what I was looking for, but the second I saw this, I knew I need to get this. I don't care how I'm gonna get it, but I need to get it. And I'm very happy that I have it now in the collection. So in all of its thick, overbuilt robustness, this is pretty cool. And you know what? This is probably going to be an incredible platform for some customization in the future. Now, the satins, whether the horizontal and the horizontal and the flats, I don't mind it. I know there's not really any other option. Maybe a coating or a stonewash or a DLC. I know a lot of companies are moving towards coatings now just for aesthetic purposes, not so much just because of corrosion resistance and an extra layer of protection. But yeah, I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of satins, but at this point in time I'm starting to care less and less, because I'm okay with doing a little bit of customization to change the blade finish to something that I like, which is my my dark wash. So it's something like this. This guy's an older blade and I have been using it quite a bit. You can see the streak right here. It's a little bit lighter than everything else, but this is my dark wash, so I do this here at home. And yeah, so put a good edge on it, and it's a look that I enjoy, and apparently a good bit of people enjoy it as well. So this may be seeing that. So now at this point the unboxing video would be over, but due to a recent experience, I had taken my sweet ass time to make a glowing unboxing video for a specific model. Hopefully by the time you guys are seeing this, I'd have returned it and got my monies back from it, but I don't really want to talk about it too much. It's just it's a pretty shitty experience, but I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. So at this point in time, the unboxing is pretty much over, but if you want to stick around and see what this guy looks like on the inside, because I'm very curious, I will also be measuring with the Skiffworks bearing cheat sheet card. So if anybody's interested, now I don't think that this knife requires skiffs, but if I can, why not? So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Now I would think that having TA access on both sides, that the pivot is not captured, but hopefully it is. So I've seen plenty of higher end knives not have D-shaped or a form of captured pivot, and it's just, it's a hit or miss thing. Not everybody's doing it, not everybody cares for it. I definitely appreciate it as somebody who regularly modifies and takes apart their knives. Now my hands are a little bit slick. So that pivot had 0 Loctite on it. I'm cool with that. I am absolutely okay. Jesus Christ. I am absolutely okay with companies not putting glue on their hardware, because I would rather do it myself. So, and I put very little, almost to the point where it's almost pointless, but just enough for safety and security. Now, the hardware on this, it looks to be steel. I have a little magnet here off to the side. I can check that in a sec. So just to see what this guy is all about on the inside, I expect it to be very simple, and wow, look at that. It is very simple. So, all right, this is nice. So it looks like we have what looks to be a 5mm pivot. We can go ahead and check that for sure. And yep, so on this side right there, that is actually a hardened steel racer. It's not polished. Honestly, it looks like it's stonewashed, just like the rest of the internals. But yeah, this is the front scale, nice and simple. It's just a heavy slab of titanium. There could have been some weight relief, but that's not really the aesthetic that you're buying into when getting something like this. But still would have been pretty cool, right? I would have been able to appreciate that, because that's more milling time and thought that's gone into it. Here you could see the open and close stop pins are very robust. These are probably some of the biggest stop pins I've seen, so that's cool. That's really nice. And they just pop out. Nothing is glued in. I love this. I absolutely freaking love this. This is awesome. Okay, this is the hardened steel insert. You have an over travel stop, ceramic detent ball, and access to remove it through another. Wow, look at that. It's another T8. That's freaking awesome. I love that. Money absolutely well spent. I swear to God, if these are T8s, oh my God. All right. Okay. I see you, Riyadh. I see you, Riyadh. This is, yeah. This is, I think, genuinely, this is worth more than $300. I mean, they even cater to fools like me who gripe about wanting T8s on everything just for the convenience of being able to quickly just, you know, like, bust it down. Is this oh my God. Even the studs are T8. Are you freaking kidding me? That is awesome. Okay, so T8s for everything. That is super nice. Now, these guys look to be 5mm. We can go ahead and check. So, yep, right there. A little bit of wiggle room and nothing crazy. It's definitely not going to... Wait a minute. No. Wow. 3/16 pivot. Okay, that's an odd one. I don't believe I have skiffs to match that. Not a big deal. And then these would be 1/16. Yeah, 1/16. So 3/16 pivot and 1/16 thickness. Let me just real quick, let me just check. Because I have one set of skiffs. I don't know why I got it. No, I don't have. I do not. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just add that to the list. Ever since I bought a small order of skiffs, I got 8 pairs of bearings, right? I immediately started writing up other ones, and I'm waiting to make a larger purchase. I'm trying to get 8, maybe 10 sets, but I'm trying to plan it out because I don't want to unnecessarily get another set that doesn't belong to anything, especially if it's something that I don't really love and it's probably going to be moving out of the collection soon. Take a look at that. So this just easily just unscrews off. That's excellent. Let's check the inside of the actual hole that rides on. Wow, look at that. It's beautiful and completely consistent, and there's no extra material removed. Awesome. Cool, cool. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece right here. This is nice. A detent hole that's all the way through. Excellent, excellent. And just taking a look at the finishing work, you know what? They even took their time to knock off the burr. It's a little glisten of a polish right there around the hole. That's excellent. Same as the detent right there. There's no jagged edge, there's no snag. And you know what? Oh, that's why we have that weird ass action. There's a detent ramp right there. I understand the purpose of a detent ramp, but they're usually always not, they don't really work as intended. The purpose of a detent ramp is just to have a smooth transition versus just an abrupt cliff that the detent ball falls off and the blade will collapse abruptly. This is supposed to be a smoother transition, basically creating an extra step between the process of being locked up and then being disengaged and now closing. But the way to do a detent ramp, and I think I've only ever seen it once, is that they gotta be polished. It has to have the least amount of friction to be a smooth transition. But they're usually just kind of just notched in there with whatever. I mean, it looks like this was blasted and then ground over, because I've seen a detent ramp that is actually satin or has, you know, the milling lines or the grind lines, whatever, the sanding lines, whatever you want to call them. This is what I mean. It has that. And in this direction, it's obviously smooth. But going like this, there is texture, there's traction, and as small and as minimal as that is, eventually a ceramic detent ball will wear a path. And as you can see here, just a couple times that it has made a couple passes, opening and closing just within this video, it has left enough of a mark there. So it'll get better and better, of course. But yeah, that's it. This thing is it's freaking perfect. Holy crap. I'm super happy with this. This is definitely making up for the shit experience I had earlier this week. So again, if you guys know what I'm talking about or don't, I ended up unboxing a new knife from a new brand. I'm not too sure who the OEM, I'm not 100% sure, excuse me, who the OEM is, but I have a pretty good idea of who it is, and I'm honestly really disappointed. But we'll see if DLT Trading is able to honor a full refund. Of course, all this happened on the weekend, and they don't operate on the weekend, but it's not a big deal. So DLT Trading is usually really chill about stuff like this. I think I've only ever had to return one thing, and then maybe one thing to Blade HQ. I don't return things hardly ever, but it was a $250 knife, and I was just like, no, there's no way that I could fix this. It was just too far gone, and I don't know how that knife actually passed inspection for that price. That no, absolutely not. I'm referring to the Vanguard Knives Cheetah. So whether you guys get to see the video or not, I did a normal unboxing video with a glow. Sorry about that little interruption there. So I was talking about the Vanguard Knives Cheetah. It's their first model, and I got what I consider to be the worst knife that I've possibly ever experienced. How it passed QC, I have no freaking clue. It was most likely rushed just to be put out and, you know, brought to dealers. I guarantee that that was a dud, because I have never seen something so terrible before. So I do believe, and I have faith in DLT Trading will take care of it. But yeah, I didn't do the checking the hardware with the magnet. It's all steel hardware, actually, so satin steel hardware, not a big deal. I don't care either or. At this price point, the action on this thing, it is incredible, and it has the factory bearings. Eventually I will be getting some skiffs for this, just cause why not. But I love this. I absolutely love it. This is a hard use brick pocket anchor of a freaking knife. You see this massive relief cut here for the frame itself, and the clip retention point is just past it, so it's going to be in and out of the pocket just fine. The clip is relatively on the slim side, but there's a good bit of beefiness here up at the front, so it gives me a good bit of confidence to just throw this in the pocket whenever, wherever, as long as it's not basketball shorts, because those will be around my ankles if I use this freaking knife. But yeah, I'm gonna have fun carrying this thing. If you guys have one of these on the way, let me know. Just to share in the love, that's for sure. Funny story, I was going to purchase this off of DLT Trading, and there were some issues going on. My phone was acting up, so I said, okay, well, it's just not meant to be. Later on, I got out of work, got home, and I saw they were all sold out. And I got an email from Irvin EDC Supply. Hey, come check out our new stuff. We got new stuff that dropped. I go over, I had some points in my account, and I was just like, all right. So it is meant to be, I guess. And I picked it up, and extremely fast with the processing of their orders. I got this thing, like, I purchased this 3 days ago or 4 days ago. So that's pretty freaking fast. Yeah. So from the time of placing the order late at night, which most places would consider the next day already, yeah, just to get something like this within 4 days, that is incredible. And I believe shipping was free from them as well. But Besides all that, I'm gonna have a good time with this pocket tank right here, and yeah. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience, of course. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I have plenty more videos and content coming you guys this way. And with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.